The Real Ukraine, as seen from the Café of Free Spirits, by Joe Lindsley. Part 2. We exit into the radiant sunlight and breezy air. Tables sprawl onto the cobblestone street, and pedestrians bustle about in the car-free heart of the city. At the far end of the block, a street musician, circled by a small standing crowd, serenades with a popular melody. At nearby tables, I see a cluster of foreigners, their ages spanning decades, gathered around several circular tables with glasses of wine, cider and beer, and plates of sausages, herring and dumplings. They are volunteers from the Frontline kitchen having a post-shift drink. Their modest operation, nestled within an ancient courtyard, churns out a daily provision of 20,000 fresh, locally sourced meals, from borscht to protein bars, dehydrated and sealed, destined for the warriors in the trenches. This is an amazing devotion to making the practical beautiful, says a German woman. She's holding and appreciating a painted ceramic vase filled with napkins and silverware. This is a quality we seem to have forgotten back home. I do love it here. I love this, I said to Slava. Just yesterday, we had the drone attack. And now look at this German woman appreciating the artful silverware holder in a cafe. Ha! That's defiance. That's victory. Introducing the crew to Slava, I point to each person, pausing to remember their nationality. Scotland, Germany, New Hampshire, Texas, France, Romania. Joe, a seasoned fellow from Brooklyn, introduces us to Helga, a Dutch woman in her 50s or so. Her story is extraordinary, he says. She's been ferrying refugees to safety, relentlessly pursued by Russian agents across Europe. Yes, it's the truth, Helga concedes, chuckling with an enigmatic edge. I'm on their hit list. Slava Ukraini, says Joe from Brooklyn. Glory to Ukraine. Slava and the crowd of foreigners all reply with vigor, Heroim Slava. Glory to the heroes. Did you all hear the attack yesterday? I ask. We sure did, Brooklyn Joe says. But come the morn, we found ourselves once more engaged in the fine art of vegetable chopping. For most of these volunteers, the morning attack by 3 of Russia's Iranian Shahed drones marked their first encounter with the cacophony of war. Unlike missiles, the menacing machines move at a lumbering pace, giving you time to contemplate the approaching dread. They sound like lawnmowers, or as the Ukrainians say, mopeds. The whole city shook as frantic machine gun fire sought to intercept the intruders. If I am to be bombed, muses a grandmotherly American, well, it is the Lord's will. We gonna need that food they're making, bro, Slava says. Our food has been shit. I want borscht at the front. Sauntering amidst the scattered tables and shaking hands of Ukrainians and foreigners I know, I cross the street with Slava to enter Facetka, cool Dudette, a quaint chamber adorned with emerald leather benches. Dobry večer, Katya, I say at the bar. Good evening. Care for a gin and tonic? She inquires. I've got some fresh rosemary from the market. Katya, meet my friend Slava, a warrior for Ukraine. A conductor adept at managing a wild personalities, Katya greets Slava with a nod and smile. In theory, even soldiers on leave are prohibited from indulging, but this is Ukraine, and the citizen is king. And well-educated kings know their responsibilities and limits. This is the Ukrainian model of freedom. Katya hails from Zaporizhzhia, a Russian-speaking city in the ancient Cossack heartland of Ukraine, frequently targeted by Russian bombings. Meanwhile, an unfamiliar face appears beside me with a guitar. He settles at the bar, gently strumming. People are scattered across the green leather benches in lively conversation throughout the snug café. So there I was, riding the train back from Donbass, Slava begins. I was in uniform, in one of those four-bed sleeping, what do you call them? Compartments, I supply. Yay, compartments. Among my fellow passengers, a girl in her 20s asked me in Russian, "How long is this war gonna go on?" I tell her, "It's gonna be a long time, but you can help make it end quicker. You can help us by speaking Ukrainian." She, along with the two others in the compartment, they did not understand why it matters to speak Ukrainian. So I explained, offering 3 reasons. As Slava completes his thought, my senses shift focus. A gentle flick of my ear makes me pivot, and there stands Duck, an Australian warrior. He'd got in a fight or some such at the front, and his sergeant had sent him to Lviv for a break. "Joe, I need to get back to the fight," Duck declares. "I'd like to have a word with you, and meet my friend Maxim," Duck adds, indicating a bearded figure with long hair under a ball cap and headphones, sitting at a table alone. "Zvidka?" Slava asks Maxim. "Where are you from?" "Mariupol." "Damn," I mutter, thinking of that city, so thoroughly destroyed by the Russians. "In my hometown," Maxim begins in English, "there are no more hipster bars, dog parks, or artisan coffee shops. It's all gone." "That's the Ruski Mir," Slava says with a quiet rage. "Russian peace, huh?" I say. "Did you know," Slava explains to Duck and me, "in Russian, Mir means both peace and world. So when Russians speak of Russian peace, they really mean a Russian world. They mean peace on their terms."
Thank you for introducing Ukraine on your social media pages. That's very important that much more people can get more information about the situation here and how everybody can help Ukraine to stay stronger and to save all the world.
Что он сказал?
Well, which side are you on?
На чьей ты стороне?
Come on now.